We now return to Let's Play BattleTech. We've got a few things to do. First, let's go in here, fix up my mechs. Alright, we need to repair this one day, no biggie. Go in here and make sure we move that up. Okay. Now, so even that Centurion ought to be done. Okay. So I still haven't decided what I want to do there, but I am going to come into the store here before we go. And I think I'm going to go ahead and purchase a few of these.
New weapon systems available.
I'll go ahead and get that too. We do have... Okay, we do have that 10. In fact, we got 9 AC-20 ammo. Somehow I have 2 AC-20s. What? That's not right. Did I buy 2? Did I get one? Did they come as a pair? Well, anyway, we've got a lot now. Jesus. Probably more than I had meant to spend. Ship upgrades, we're just waiting a few days for that. Okay. You know, it's kind of interesting to me how we've got enough bay area for just this, but in storage I've got, like, where are we storing this? You know what I mean? Like, these aren't small mechs. I mean, they are, but they're not actually small. They're still, like, 30 feet tall. So where are we putting them if they're not in the bay? Anyway, it's time to move on. So we'll go to Panzer. Proceed to Panzer, where you will assist the Restoration Army's efforts to liberate House Decimus. Restoration Army intel suggests that a lance built with long-range fire capabilities could prove advantageous on this drop. Further details will be provided upon your arrival. This is our first big push to liberate a founding house of the Arabian Coalition. I don't know what to expect any more than you do, but I'd suggest rolling in with the best mechs we've got. You know, just in case. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the best mechs I'm going to have at the time, and let's hold off there for a minute. Now, I've still got mechs to build. We're going to hit Panzer just in time for them to be repaired, so unfortunately, I can't really spend some time to customize, and that's alright. Well, we'll just keep going then.
Got a new financial report for you, Commander.
Okay. That is going to hurt. This is where things are very much going to hurt. We might actually want to reduce that even more than normal. I'm not a big fan of doing that, but at this point we're kind of leaking money. Just do it normal for now. But,
Network orders complete, boss.
upgrade complete.
Top-notch work, if I may say so.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend the money on this at the moment. Recreation. That's morale. Med bays. I can't increase my med bays. This just increases morale. Could do that, but I definitely don't want to spend the money on it at the moment. I mean, I do, but I don't. We're gonna need it eventually, though. We're about to make $1 million here, but when it costs almost $500,000 just to do everything every month, we're not gonna get $1 million every month. You know what I mean? But 20 days, get that started now. We've still got a long ways to go. Alright. So, refit harnesses. Mechs were not really meant to bear their own weight while being refitted with new equipment. The Argo's mech bay includes harnesses meant to hoist the mech up for easier access while refitting. You always see cables and stuff hanging down from the ceiling and think, what the hell are those for, right? Lifting and turning entire mechs. We get them back online, we can lift a whole mech. I mean, honestly, I just want to see that happen. Okay, well, 2 mech points. I'd rather get med points, but I guess that's not an option, so we're going to buy this instead. Increasing costs, again, by a lot. But, how is there not a secondary med bay? Are you kidding me? I guess you're meant to go through MechWarriors. In which case, we might have to hire a few on our next stop. Centurion will be done. Everybody will be done. Let me just move along here. Cards in the mech bay. In the morning meeting, Yang has a complaint. The mech warriors are spending too much time in the mech bay. They're playing card games on the floor and getting in the way. Can't they go somewhere else? Darius says, I can clarify that they are not to obstruct the crew. Sadly, we don't have any dedicated recreation facilities to keep them occupied. This kind of issue is likely to keep occurring. Allow card games on the mess deck so you can play them at lunch. That makes sense, right? We're not near a recreation world, that's unfortunate. Darius sections off 2 tables at the far end of the mess as a temporary recreation space. What? Later in the week, Darius gives an update. Well, good news and bad news. The pilots have made themselves comfortable in the mess, but it's getting rowdy and disruptive even during designated dining hours. Yang, however, is undeterred. As long as they're not causing trouble in my mech bay, they can have food fights every day. Morale decreased by 2. Okay. I feel like that was a lose-lose situation all around.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Still a little to go, but we do have 4 days if I want to do something with my mechs. So, what would that be? You know, I feel like the blackjack is at the end of its life. It's not very useful to me at all. And I do feel like, I mean, there's not even a ballistics possible in the quick draw, which seems like a bit of a misnomer. You'd think that there would be a little bit of that going on. I guess we could get a Griffin refitted. I wonder if 2 large lasers would do. Probably not. Medium lasers in bulk really do seem to be the way to go, though. We have yet to test out this Shadowhawk. This one just got done, so maybe we can pair it side by side with this one and see what we do. I feel like we could do more with those SRMs, because they're not really useful to me. So maybe, let's see if we can't hop out a SRM 5 for a 10. 10 is going to cost me 5, and an SRM 2 is 1. So it's only 3, 4, 5. We'd have to come up with a ton, but we could do it. And it might be more useful than what's going on here, especially since I hardly ever get a chance to use the SRM-2s. Actually, we need LRM ammo still in there, so let's... I mean, does moving it... Let's just keep it. Keep it right there. LRM-10. I could put it in the head. I could not put it in the head because there's not enough space to put it in the head. So we now need to come up with 1. Could get rid of a heat sink. Heat sinks costs, otherwise jump jets are only half. I could get rid of 1 and then half a ton of armor. Let's just see what getting rid of a heat sink does. Heat sinks, I mean, you know, useful, but not necessary. Average range has increased. Shadowhawk paired with the pilot, she does pretty well on heat to begin with, so I think we're doing okay there. So we'll get that out and we'll get more LRMs in. I feel like that's a better choice. I'd love to get a 15 in there, but there's absolutely no way. 3 days. Let me see. Remove component. Standard heatsink. Yeah, but it costs me nothing, but it does cost me money to do that. So it's not really removing it, but it's just actually Install center torso component. It is. Oh, that's lame. So to take it out of the leg and put it in cost me a day and 500 C bills. Let's revert. And we're going to go not do that. And then we'll take a heat sink out of the leg there. That's mildly better and takes one less day, too. So I'm okay with that.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Okay. So 2 days, we'll have that ready to go. The Panzer. Can't do much here. Aside from taking off the machine gun and adding more armor. In fact, who should have the armor is here. We are clearly, if you look at it, if you saw that little thing, it said we are under-armored, which, yes, we are. Is that because what's the traditional loadout for this? 4 medium lasers. Right, because I took out, for a large laser, which, if I'm completely honest, doesn't seem to be doing me any favors. I swapped out 2 mediums for a large, and I'm already doing less damage because of it. Maybe I should just go back to standard loadout and get that armor up, because that's where it really hurt me. I lowered my armor, and now we're getting hit and destroyed every goddamn step of the way, and bulk lasers actually aren't too bad. Bulk lasers have sort of been shown to work. So maybe it's not such a bad thing if we just do its standard loadout. Those SRM-4s can go, and they did. So what can we do instead of SRM-4s? Maybe swap up to a LRM-7 or 15, I mean? Okay, let's look back at this. Make sure I'm getting this all right. Center torso jump jet, okay. Right arm medium laser, right torso 2 medium lasers. Okay. SRM ammo, which we don't need. 2 jump jets in the torso there. We'll leave it. Medium laser, LRM-10, heat sink, jump jet, heat sink. So we've got 3 to play with. Let's get that out of there. Swap that back in. We've got one more ton of armor, which has removed it from everywhere else and put it in funky places that I'm not entirely sure I want it to be. It has done weird things. Can I take off 2 from the back? Because see, look how much it's put on the back. That's weird, right? And now I've got a weird amount to put someplace else. Okay. That actually works. It's going to do a whole bunch of remove armor, add armor, remove armor, add armor. But I haven't actually added more armor than I had. 60, right? And it used to be 65, didn't it? Yes, 85 even on the legs. But the problem was really up in the arms, so whatever, we'll come back to it. Although now is kind of the time, but are we going to get it in 4 days? Probably not, right? Alright, whatever. Let's not waste more time.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Alright, I'm going to pause and I'm going to fiddle with that quick draw. Alright, so I've done that. I've swapped in the medium lasers again, the LRM-15. Surprisingly, the armor that I've put on here is actually better than stock armor. by a lot. So I don't know why I'm taking so much damage when all of my armor settings are higher than the default. But anyway, so we've got our heat sinks. I could move the heat sink, but that's just an extra little bit of whatever. So we'll keep it as is, and hopefully this going back to our roots here will help out a little bit more. Again, that SRM is just pointless, so hopefully the more the 5 more missiles will help out. This is going to be a 5-day project and cost me even more money, but you know what? I kind of want to do this because otherwise we're just going to continually lose the quick draw. I mean, being a heavy mech, it's going to be the focus fire choice. 5 days, once we get there, I'll just wait 3 days until it's done. Maybe once this is done, it'll actually boost it up by a day. But we'll wait for that quick draw because I definitely want it ready to go once we hit Panzer. Because we're probably going to need it. We're going to need the best bet here.
Those upgrades you asked for are online.
Yep, we saved a day on that quick draw.
Job's done, Commander.
Okay, now we're ready to go. We are aching for money here. Obviously the best choice is just going in and
Yes, Dr. Farad. I'll handle it.
there are no mechs here. Selling some of my mechs because I've got a lot of money tied up in this stuff. This Jenner is actually pretty pricey, surprisingly. I spent so long trying to get a damn Panther, but they're really pointless, aren't they? I don't know, are Jenners even that good, really? Being a light mech, it's one of the heavier light mechs, but I don't know. The PPC, running this thing around and shooting as PPC seems to be, for me anyway, a better choice. Got 7 slots for jump jets. This is much more mobile, that's for sure. Anyway, we're not here to worry about that. We are here to worry about this. How's our... So what do we need here? Next is going to be structural repair, so we're going to have to do the next bit here. We will wait. We will wait because we're going to need tons of money. Let's come in here for a moment, though. Hopefully after this, there are no contracts available. This is it. Once we've conquered this, though, that's something else. So, let's go ahead and get started. See how far I can make it. We'll launch the contract here. Perdition, in orbit, around Panzer. Welcome to Panzer, Commander Jaeger. Lady Arano and the Restoration Army are already fighting on the planet's surface, and have been for weeks. With the aid of House Decimus's ground support facilities, Ms. Meyer will carry your lance through Panzer's orbital debris field and drop you on the surface. Tell me more about the debris field. It's a holdover from the Amara Civil War. There was a great battle in orbit over Panzer, and most of the wreckage is still there in the form of a dense field of particle matter. Navigating the field unassisted would be a formidable task. Thankfully, we'll have the Spaceport's control center on our side. It'll be able to guide us in and to send tugs in to assist if necessary. You okay with this, Samire? Oh yeah, Commander, no sweat. With the kind of navigation support I'll be getting from ground control, I could take us through the field with my eyes closed. Let's not do that. Let's just keep going. What happens when we're on the surface? Lady Orano wants your lance behind enemy lines while she leads from the front. You will harass the Directorate's supply train and target valuable military hardware. She already has a target list drawn up for you. Hold that thought, Lord Madeira. Commander, I'm getting a tight beam communication from the planet's surface. It's Lady Orano and it looks urgent. I'm putting it on screen now. Lone Wolf, you couldn't have arrived at a better time. Our forces on the surface desperately need your help. With the support of House Decimus, we're making our final push against the Directorate's last major stronghold. Our forces are fully committed to the attack, and we're pushing them back. But the Directorate just seized control of Panzer's only remaining spaceport. With it, they'll be able to call down for reinforcements at will. I need someone to take the spaceport's control tower away from them. Lone Wolf, that someone is going to have to be you. This means that Ms. Meyer will need to carry you through the debris field unassisted. I hope that her skills are up to the task. Well, this just got more interesting. I'm afraid there's more. Alexander, I just received a message from Lady Centrella. There's been a major incident on Perdition. It looks like a terrorist action, a chemical attack against the port city of Harlow's Landing. Initial casualty reports suggest some 11,000 dead. It's only a matter of time before they try to pin the blame on my people in the Federated Suns. Earlier we didn't even claim this, right? Chemical attack. Yeah, whatever. They already have. Protector Calderon is claiming that the attack was an act of Davian aggression in direct violation of the Ares Conventions. He's already calling it the Perdition Massacre. For their part, the Davians have denied all knowledge of the attack. Their denials will fall on deaf ears. Calderon won't believe anything that Hans Davian has to say. This is going to accelerate our timetable. We need to retake your throne before the situation gets any worse. If a war was to erupt between the Federation and the Concordat, it could easily spill into the Reach. We can't afford that kind of chaos. Then we better get moving. Quite right. I'll brief you more fully when you reach the planet's surface. This will be a rough drop, Lone Wolf. Bring your best, and may the gods grant you victory. We will be counting on your success. You heard the lady, Gaz. Best get to it. We don't have the best, but we're going in anyway. Meyer, I'm going to go ahead and trust that you've got this. Do me a solid and try not to scrape the leopard's paint on your way down. Yeah, Exo, I'll do my best. And here we go. I was going to say, let me have a look. So, we definitely want the Hunchback. We definitely want my Quick Draw. We definitely want to bring... You know what? Swap that out. I don't know, man. The Vindicator and the Shadowhawk have been doing alright. But do we have a better choice? That Wolverine, this is the fast one, right? This was fast. I guess because he's got a piloting of 6, he was making it go fast. Got a Quick Draw there. Do we want Roulette in instead? I think we'll keep Medusa for the piloting. Maybe he can maneuver the Quick Draw a little bit faster, a little bit further. That Hunchback. Who's got the... Is it Guts? Yes, so you can definitely pilot that. You can keep doing that. Vindicator, we'll just keep these guys as is, I suppose. I'm curious to try this out, but not so curious I want to change things up too much. LRM 10 medium laser AC5 versus no AC. Oh, it is AC5. I just lowered my LRMs. Yeah, let's not go messing with that just yet. We can leave the Centurion home. I think we'll give this a try. But got 2.5 here. I don't know. This is excellent for heat. This has been a very good combo. So is this, but she does take damage quite often. We've only got one sensor lock, and I feel like we're going to need that far more than we're going to need. So maybe Roulette ought to go in here. The heat is going to build up majorly in this machine. Tactics are for movement, and improves minimum range of weaponry, which could also be useful for medium lasers. His ability to just stand still, though, kind of helps. But I definitely think we're going to want another sensor lock. Because you never know what's going to be down there, and we need to be able to hit stuff. Plus, he's got better gunnery. Okay. We'll make that call there, and we'll just have to watch my heat. Because it's just so much better. Increases threshold of heat. Also reduces weapon recoil. See, this is a great combo with that bulwark, because he can just sit there. Weapon recoil, though, is only for ACs, so that's not necessarily for us. We'll give this a shot. May as well just start the full episode next time. I'll see you then.